Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Cousin
Connection
podcast.
Oh, my bad.
We're supposed to say that together.
I was looking at the topic. Okay. Let's start it. Okay.
Should I say hey, guys? We never say hey, guys.
I'm keeping that in. Just go.
Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Cousin
Connection podcast. Hey, there
you guys, we are so excited. For those of you who are listening, we just want to let you know our podcast is now on YouTube with video.
Mm-hmm. Finally did it. Finally convinced her to actually go for it.
Episode 20 is where we're going to start. And we're going to be doing videos from now on. So you get to put faces to the voices.
Exactly.
You can see all the shady looks that I give Amir when he be saying things that don't be making sense.
Oh, well, you know. I feel like they're missing half the story half the time. So I feel like it's actually fill in. Because I always say that whenever I meet someone and we're like talking about the podcast, they're like, you don't see the faces. Sara's saying to me.
You're about to call me good man.
Already messed it up.
So for this episode, we didn't really have like a specific topic in mind. We kind of just want to cover a whole bunch of random stuff, really.
Yeah, we're kind of just breaking in the video right now, so we just want to first make sure that's working. And then
so if this one's a little janky, mind your business, okay? It's our pilot episode.
No, the reason, because like, okay, so this week, like some weird things started happening. Not weird things, but like just things that I noted down. I was like, I want to talk about these things and, try and get Sara's opinion on it and maybe get your opinion on it, depending on if you've found yourself in that situation. So like, okay, can I just get right into it?
Yeah, get into it.
So like the first thing, as you guys know, I go to the gym on the regular and like, I've been going for like almost 10 years now. So at this point, like I'm pretty like well versed in how to do everything properly with form and all that. And like, as new people are coming to the gym, when you see people like their form is just like so off, and like, okay, this is what spurred this
I feel
question.
like I need to like angle my chair to you just to properly.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna work on that. Maybe we should angle this towards each other. But so like there was a guy teaching another guy in the gym how to do deadlifts, and he was getting it completely wrong. And I was standing next to him because like there's two squat racks next to each other. Yeah. And they were using like the bar from the squat rack or whatever. And they were like looking at me because they noticed I was just staring at them.
Listen, gyms are supposed to be judgment-free zones.
I wasn't judging. I was judging, but like I wasn't judging. But like, at what point do you have to just step in and be like, okay, guys, like, I good thing that you guys are here. Good thing that you're trying to do it. But like, I need to fix your form. And like, I feel like it's different. Those are guys, so I feel like it's more easier to kind of jump in. But like, what do you say if it's a guy to like a female or something? Would you mind if someone just came up to you and was like, hey, let me teach you how to do it properly?
I wouldn't mind, but it's people like you who give me gym anxiety. Okay, this is why. This is why, because if like knowing that I can see, first of all, most of the time when people are at the gym, they're focused on their own workout, right? Yeah. But me being like super anxious when I go there, I'm like, am I using this wrong? Like someone's gonna laugh at me.
So why wouldn't you want someone to actually tell you how to do it properly, or like show you how to do it properly?
Because if they're supportive, fine. But if they make me feel dumb, then I'm literally gonna leave the gym. Like okay, thanks for your help, and then walk.
I'm telling you right now, anyone who's dealt with someone who's like regularly goes to the gym, not like your typical gym, but like generally gym guys are like the sweetest people you'll meet.
Says who?
No. Okay, there's a big like what do you call it? Not prejudice. What is that thing when like stereotype that like gym bros are like super like
they're gym
aggressive and like they seem not pompous, but what is it, like stuck up in a way, or not stuck up, but like they know better than you kind of thing.
Yeah.
And sure, okay, granted there are people like that, but I don't feel like it's like a very small majority who make it look bad for the majority of them, because a lot of the gym guys out there that you see that are like super buff and stuff, they're like they're sweet people. They just want to show you how to do it properly, because like when you're really good at something, you only want to, well, for the most part, you only want to help people get to where you are, or at least pass on that knowledge to someone else.
I mean, I guess it just depends on like how you approach them, right? Like if you're just like, oh hey, like you know, maybe if you try this way, it'll hurt your back less or something.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
But if you're like, oh, you're doing it all wrong, let me show you how it's done. Then they'll be like, get that.
No. I'm not going to do that. I'm definitely not going to do that.
Yeah, I know. I know you wouldn't. But, you know, just in case. Like.
But I'm just saying, like, so, like, for you, it's just how they approach you, essentially.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll always accept the help because I know I know that I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, I have worked out with a trainer before. Shout out to Nabat.
Shout out Nabat Sharif.
And she's been great.
Mm-hmm.
But I got so comfortable with her knowing that she's there and helping me that, like, if I'm ever there on my own, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
But, like, I always tell this to people, and maybe, like, you guys can take this. Like, if you plan on going to the gym or doing any type of activity and you feel like you're going to feel awkward in there, especially in the gym, just go on YouTube. That's what I did. Like, when I first started working out, I actually, funny enough, I did have a story like that where, like, a guy came to me in a negative manner when I first started working out.
What did he say to you?
No, because, like, I was working out in the gym and I was like doing a bunch of different workouts that wasn't really specific to like to a muscle. So, like, typically when you go to the gym, there'll be like a chest day, there'll be like an arm or a back day, and people might interchange that with like shoulders and arms and stuff like that. But I was just kind of like doing stuff all over the place. I was like doing legs and then chest and all that stuff.
That's literally me.
So see, we all started like at the same level, essentially.
Like abs, legs, like everything.
I was in the same place as you when I first started, right? But then the guy came up to me. He's like, "Oh, you don't know what you're doing, do you?" Like, the way he came up to me like that, and maybe he didn't mean it in a negative way, but I took it as like a negative way.
Such a gym bro move.
Exactly. And I never went back to that gym. Like, no. I didn't leave because of that. That gym was just like, it was a lot of just buff guys using like roids.
Was it Good Life?
No. It was like a private gym. I don't know why. The reason I went to a private gym when I first started going to gym is because there was a coworker who also went to that gym, and I felt like maybe he might be able to show me a couple things too.
Yeah.
But then, like, our schedules didn't really line up too much, so I started going by myself, and that's when I had that interaction, right?
Like I just need to adjust real quick. Sorry.
No, go ahead. You're good. And then, essentially after that, like, it kind of motivates. Some people can be demotivated by that, right? They can be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not even gonna come back here anymore." Yeah. But I was motivated to, like, okay, let me learn, right? So I went on YouTube and, like, I started following all these pages that did what I wanted to do. Like, my goal was to get stronger. I wasn't really into bodybuilding and all that stuff. I wanted to get stronger, so I started following like powerlifting pages, and they break down the form to its like minute details, like on what muscles you should be focusing on, how you should be bracing your body before you start the movement, how you should be breathing with your diaphragm and all of that. And honestly, like, just watching those videos, I would like do the movements in my room just really, like, without weights. You don't need weights to get the form down, right?
That's true.
Maybe use something light if you need to, and then I would go to the gym and put those to practice. And over the years, I got better and better. Like, at first, of course, I was like having like not injuries. Yeah, I had injuries because I started going a little too fast on like the heavier weights. Yeah, if I slowed down, I wouldn't have those injuries. But I started taking it slow. I mean, I started getting better at it over time. And eventually, like, I got to a level, at least I feel like I'm at a level now where I can start to impart that knowledge onto other people. But even then, even if I don't want to go through like that hassle or not make it awkward and tell them, okay, this is how you do it, and go through like a whole training session, I say, okay, just follow these people on YouTube and watch their videos. I'm telling, like, go to YouTube and they'll teach you everything you need to know. I know it's like, it's easier if you have someone who's telling you it, but I didn't have someone telling me it, and maybe I'm different, but
so you're just forcing everyone to be independent even if they're codependent?
Me? I guess, yeah, it depends. It depends on if you're codependent, because I'm very independent. Like, I don't like
that ain't me, sir.
I like learning it on my own.
Yeah, that ain't me.
But maybe you can learn. Maybe you don't have to be tied to being either codependent or independent, or maybe it's something biological. I don't know. But
I mean, I think that if I knew what I was doing, I could be independent. But the fact that I don't feel confident in my ability. And if you haven't listened to Self-Doubt, listen to our last episode. But, you know, that's one of the things that I'm slowly starting to like work on is just being more confident in my abilities, whether it's wherever I am.
Yeah.
And that way I won't have to be so reliant on, my comfort zone, which could be, someone that I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
To hold my hand through life.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that, unfortunately, but
Okay, so yeah, then I guess for people like you, maybe you do need to invest in like a trainer or something, right? Who might be able to help you out. But I feel like if you do start watching more YouTube videos, then you will feel more confident, because at least you have something to kind of go off of. Like, you're not just kind of trying to guess. And also, if you're just looking for a general workout, like you're not doing any crazy movements, go on YouTube, write down the movements they do, and you'll feel so much more confident in the gym. Just in general, because at least you have some structure to what you're doing.
Right.
When you go there, when I hear people are going to the gym and they're like, I was like, oh, what did you do in the gym or something? It's like, oh, I did like 45 minutes of cardio. It's like, okay, did you do any like working out? It's like, like 10 minutes. That's me. I'm like, nah, bro.
45 minutes of cardio, and then I'm like, I'll just like throw around this dumbbell. Like, this is fun.
See, so like if you watch, I'm telling you, watch one video, write down what they do, and just take it to the gym. So you can literally search anything. You can be like, low impact weightlifting workout for gyms, and you'll find something like that. If you're looking for something more crazy, you can be like powerlifting workout for women in gym. But even though there's no real difference, I'm not saying there's no difference.
I know, I get you. But like, it's not even just not knowing what to do. But I've noticed that, especially the gym that I go to, the weight section, it's always busy. Like, there's always a whole bunch of guys, and I'm like, now I have to like walk over there, and they're probably gonna see like, who's this little shoddy trying to pick up the little like, So I don't want them to judge me. Not, like I'm afraid of the judgment. Yeah. Or if they laugh at me, then I'm literally gonna run out of the gym.
No one's gonna laugh at you at the gym. No one.
You're telling me you've never laughed at someone at the gym?
If someone laughs at you at the gym, call me. I will pull up. No one's gonna laugh at you.
Maybe. I will actually, I'll actually like, you don't understand. If someone laughs at me, I will literally drop the weights.
No one's going to laugh at you. No one's going to laugh at you at the gym.
Or I might just throw the weight at them, but I'm pretty sure I'll get banned from the gym.
I've only had one person laugh at me at the gym.
Someone laughed at you?
No, because it was the most funniest situation. So I was doing like an incline bench press.
Okay.
With dumbbells.
Okay.
And like I was getting ready for it, and I felt a little gassy. You know what I'm just saying?
No.
So I was like lifting the weights. It's like the heaviest weight I've done in a long time. I picked it up, and the moment it like dropped down, the largest fart came out. And the guy next to me, he's like trying to keep a serious face, and you see like the veins start popping out of his head.
You should have been like, it's okay, you can laugh.
No, literally, and then I started laughing, and he just like at that point he just went off. He died. He couldn't even finish his workout.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. But yeah, that like it happens. It's natural, man. But like that was like not like a negative kind of situation, like, right? Interaction. So it was all positive in the end. But it was just embarrassing. But it didn't kill me at the end of the day, right? So I'm just saying, no one's gonna laugh at you at the gym.
They better not.
Yeah.
And if I call you and start crying like, someone love me, you better pull up ASAP.
Okay. I'll be there. But like, there's also gyms that offer like women's rooms. I don't know if yours offers that, but you can search for it. Search like for a women's only.
Honestly,
room.
I go to my gym because it's convenient. It's literally 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's the thing. For a lot of people, it's all about convenience, right? So you kind of have to do what you can with what's available near you.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's all about confidence. So maybe just be more confident in yourself,
I'm getting there. Okay, I'm getting there.
Yeah, but overall, I feel like in any aspect, not only in the gym, if you want to be more confident in doing something, go on YouTube, because there will probably be someone who put it out there to on how to do it best, or like best practices, whatever you're doing basically, and teach you how to be more confident in it by just knowing that you have something to go off of. Yeah.
Sorry, I just adjusted. I'm comfortable now. This is good.
Yeah. So the other thing I want to talk about is so as you know, I walk every day for like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. I walk every day, and I read while I'm walking, right?
I don't know how you do that.
Huh? I don't know. Honestly, it's like, I think it's a maybe individual thing, because everybody I talk to, they're like, I can't do that. So maybe you guys haven't tried. I don't know.
I mean, the last time I walked while I was distracted.
Yeah.
I fell flat on my face.
Okay, maybe that's why. I at least have a little bit more peripheral. What do they call it again? Vision. Yeah, you got the glasses in the way. I don't know. That makes a difference.
I mean, I can see. It's just outside of the frames.
Yeah,
I can't
exactly,
see.
Exactly.
It's just fuzzy.
I got that 20/20 vision, y'all. I'm just like, not to flex on y'all or anything.
It's probably like 1919 relax.
No. You already know it's good. But yeah, so I've been reading a lot of books. I've gone through a lot of books, and I've been able to get through like a book like every 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks or something.
That's pretty good.
If it's like 200 to 300 pages, something like that. But like I took a risk recently with a book called The Firekeeper's Daughter, because like recently it's written by an indigenous author.
Okay.
And like it was an indigenous story. I was like, you know what? There's a lot of like in negative stories coming out about things that happen to the indigenous community.
Right.
I might as well maybe try and read something that would make me relate more to them, because I didn't really know much about indigenous people to begin with, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I did read another book, but I'll get to that one. I'll mention it at the end, but the book's called The Firekeeper's Daughter, and it's probably the biggest book I've read in a long time.
How many?
It's like almost 500 pages.
Oh wow!
But this is what I'm trying to get to. So I read. Usually I'm able to get through like 20 pages. I'll do 20 pages a day, right? And this one I've been struggling. Like my question here is, when is it time to give up on a book? Because like for me, like, go ahead. Have you ever had to give up on a book? Where are those books that I given you? By the way?
They're here. Trust me, I have 5 books in rotation right now. Okay.
You can rotate books.
Yeah, like
I have to stick to one usually.
No, because I like variety.
Maybe that's what I need to do. So that's maybe the lesson. Because
that's the point that I was going to make, is like sometimes, unless you have like a really good book that you can't put down, sometimes like how when you're watching shows, there's like slow parts and you're like, I could skip over this or whatever.
Yeah.
That's how I find it is with books sometimes. So if I read like consistently like 20 to 30 pages and I'm just not interested, like I'm forcing myself to read, then I'm like, all right, I'm not ready.
That's where I'm at right now. So maybe that's what I have to do, like not exactly give up on the book completely.
So just switch it up. Yeah,
switch it up, because like I went into it blind, right? I didn't. This is the first book where I didn't do any type of research into it. I just saw there's a lot of good reviews on it.
Yeah,
a lot of people were putting it up on their stories and stuff. I was like, you know what? I'll check it out, right? And like I got through maybe half of it, and like it's a super slow story. There's a lot of like bloated information in there that's not needed. Like that's the thing. Like if I'm gonna critique this book, it's like it's 500 pages, but I can probably narrow it down to. She could probably narrow it down to like 200. So there's like.
Are there like a lot of details?
There's a lot of details that are not relevant to this whole story, to the overall story.
Really?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't want to like what do you call it again? Bash the book this whole time. So because I still need to finish it. So maybe you could like get crazy. I have maybe like 180 pages or 200 pages left.
Give him like 2 weeks and
I'll let you know the final score, the final review on it.
Yeah.
But
oh my god, imagine we did like a book club. The Cousin Connection book
There are a lot of people who have been coming to me be like, oh, thanks for the book recommendation. If you have any more, I was actually going to make a post about that soon. Just like the top 5 that I read in the past while or whatever. I might have to do that.
Should do a book club. Who's down for a book club? Not that I even read.
Yeah, like, exactly.
But I'll get it. I would do it just for this.
Okay, we'll talk about that.
All right.
Okay, but I guess a lesson out of this that I want to get, because like, usually I can finish, like I mentioned, 20 pages, but I was finishing like 10 pages and just putting it down.
That's very little for you.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes 20 pages was the minimum, right? So to show you how slow I've been going through this.
Yeah.
And like, it's just so much irrelevant information to the point I've got so tired of it. And I didn't think about that. I didn't think of like just buying or getting another book.
Right. And
kind of going through that to kind of like refresh and then maybe come back to it when I feel like I have maybe more time, or when I feel like I want to know how the story finishes. Because at this point, I don't even care how it finishes because of how. But maybe that's also the other thing. Maybe there are certain books that just aren't for you. Oh, well, definitely there are books that are not for you, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I think that if you're going to do books in rotation, like, don't do like months and months in between, because then you'll forget and you'll have to like go back and read, whatever you missed, because there's no way you'll remember like the first 20 pages of a book to know what the next 20 pages
especially when there's
be.
A lot of characters that you have, and there's like names, like specific names you have to remember and kind of stuff like that. It can get a little not confusing, but like it can get confusing, especially if you jump back into it.
I have a confession.
What?
So okay, this was I think like early last year. Like right, it must have been before the pandemic, or maybe it was like the end of 2019. No, it was last year because I was on TikTok that I saw this. But and this was such a great marketing strategy. But anyways, this girl was on TikTok, and you know how a lot of people do story times. Yeah. So she was telling a story, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
How many parts was it?
It was one part.
Oh, really? Okay.
So she was like giving a
shout out to the one part story,
like, a very good summary of the story, and then she left it at a cliffhanger ending, and she's like, "So if you want to know what happens, go read my book." And I was like, "This is based on a book." And so guess what? I caved and I bought the book.
What book is this?
Honestly, I don't even remember.
I'll
show you after. I know. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys.
I'll take that from you. There you go. I'll look for that.
No, you won't. You won't like it.
What is it about?
Okay, roughly? So basically, this lady, this woman, so she's in a committed marriage, and then all of a sudden her husband, she finds out that he's cheating on her. Yeah. So then they get a divorce, and then they were gonna go on vacation, but they got a divorce, so she already had the trip planned. Yeah. So she went on the trip.
Is it Eat, Pray, Love?
It's not Eat. It's Eat, Pray, FML. Maybe
I knew it was gonna be something. Really.
How did you know?
Because isn't that basically like I've never read Eat, Pray, Love, but I feel like that's roughly what the story was.
I think she like meets the guy the night before her vacation, and then he like offers to go on vacation with her, and then he ends up leaving her too. So she's on the trip by herself. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why. I was like, the way she told it, I was like, wow, that sounds like a
yeah. I definitely wouldn't be interested in that one.
I mean, there's also there's other one that I'm reading called The Mountain Is You. I cannot remember the author, but I love that one. It's actually about combating self-doubt. And The Mountain Is You is literally like you are your own obstacle, I guess, in life. Like you stop yourself from self-doubt ultimately does stop you from accomplishing a lot of the things that you want to go for. So that's been a really good.
I haven't read a self-help book in a while. Maybe I'll read one of those.
When I finish it, I'll let you borrow it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, in like 5 years.
Relax. Okay. I'm going to set a goal. I want to finish it by the end of this month.
How much did you get through, what's his name? Malcolm X. And how about the Midnight Library? Huh?
The Midnight Library is in this jar.
I literally finished that in a week. Okay.
Malcolm X? I read the back.
This girl.
You know what though? I'm gonna get to it. I promise. I want to end off 2021 reading all the books that I have stacked on my nightstand right now, and there's 4 of them. Okay. With the Midnight Library, that's 5.
I'm waiting on it. Okay.
By the end of this year, I'm not going to write you a book report, but I will have read them all.
Okay. We'll talk about it. Maybe we'll have a podcast where we talk about like our stories, the different books that we read and what we got out of them, basically.
Maybe like the top 5, top 10 of 2021.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Okay. We'll work on that.
All right.
Okay. So another thing I wanted to bring up. So the moment September, so I was sleeping and like the moment, how do I start this? Okay. So I was sleeping and I started having a nightmare. And the nightmare was that it started snowing outside my room.
How is that a nightmare?
Because like September literally just came in, and I literally like woke up out of the sleep and went to my window and opened the blinds to see if it was snowing outside.
Oh my god!
Because okay, so the thing I try to get to here is like, so winter. I know it's summer. Summer's basically over. Yeah. People are saying summer's over. I know it's still like warm outside or whatever. But
it's basically like it's on its way out.
Yeah, because our fall is like literally 3 weeks.
A month and a half.
Yeah, it's like a month.
Like we don't even get to enjoy. And anyone who knows hijabis, I know y'all feel me. Fall is our weather. Yeah. It's our season. Yeah. You know, like sweater weather, layering weather. It's our
pumpkin spice season. You don't like pumpkin spice?
I'm not crazy about it. You know?
So you're not basic then?
I am basic actually. I'm more of a vanilla bean type of person.
Oh my god,
that's more basic than pumpkin spice.
I guess so, yeah. But after fall is of course winter, and the thing and seasonal depression, especially even during COVID, is a real thing. So I want to know, what do you do to like combat seasonal depression, basically? Like, is there anything that have you figured out? I haven't figured out 100%, but have you done anything to because like the issue is that you're stuck in the house. It's like freezing cold outside. You don't want to do anything. And like you feel I don't know. It feels like right now when you're in the weather, you're like you even forget what winter even felt like. I don't know how this even happens.
Every single year,
you forget
the first snowfall. Every Canadian goes through this. Where they're like, "Oh my God, how are we gonna live?" Like, it's so snowy outside, and it's like we go through it every year, but we just tend to forget.
Yeah, and it's crazy how like you forget the moment before it starts again. Yeah, because you're like midway through summer, you're like, "Oh, I'm so glad it's like nice and warm now." And then like right now is around. Maybe that's why I had the nightmare because I started remembering. Oh shoot. Winter's coming
in 2 months.
Exactly.
But it's never really that bad in December, eh? Like it kind of gets. We get the worst of it January and February and sometimes March. But
I feel like with COVID on top of it, at least last year, it was like. Actually, no. Last year wasn't too bad. So I guess I have some things that I worked on so I didn't have that seasonal depression. Do you have anything that you do during winter to kind of get out of the funk of being in winter?
Well, for me, so I guess between the two of us, like I'm more extroverted, right? So usually my summer's kind of, we go out all the time. Yeah. That's what we normally, this summer has been kind of like
this summer has been,
But in general, like I spend my summers outside. And then in the winter, I actually let myself like recuperate from the summer. Okay. We do still hang out like on a weekly basis, but in general, I try to just, it's hard if you're like working indoors, obviously like at home now, like my office is set up right in front of a window so that I can get some, sunlight. I think sunshine is what you really need ultimately, that really impacts your mood. Yeah. But aside from that, just like really spending time doing things that make me happy. Like I take my skincare really seriously. So whenever I get to, it's like, a hobby. Yeah, like it's a hobby. Like I enjoy, like I take my time with it. It's kind of just something that makes me happy. It's weird. I don't know if anyone else can relate to that, but there's that. Or, you know, I also, because you're indoors most of the time, that's when you like binge watch so many series and movies and stuff online. Yeah. And I just eat really good food.
Yeah, I guess so. So I mean, that's essentially what I did. Like I started experimenting with like what I'm eating in the house. I started baking a lot more. Yeah, I remember that. I started making like cookies, but like because of my, I know, like not pro health values, but like I try to be more healthy with what I eat. So I was experimenting on like what I can put in. Yeah, what I can switch out for like more healthy options. So instead of using like regular flour, use almond flour. Instead of using regular brown sugar, use like cane sugar or anything like that. Yeah, or like there's date sugar.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Where did you find that?
I don't know. It's like a less calorie version. It tastes like dates almost. It not tastes like date, but like I like the even smells like it a little bit.
Interesting. I didn't even know that existed.
I forget where I found it.
Bulk Barn maybe?
I think so. No. I got it online. I got it on like Amazon. Yeah. Oh, but I was only able to get it once.
About that? Huh? Where did you even hear about that?
I think I was Googling like low calorie brown sugar because I didn't want to use straight up brown sugar, right? Oh, okay. And then I think I switched over to like Splenda version or something like that. But yeah, just switching out and experimenting with those. But I feel like having some type of project to work on really makes a big difference. Because like in the winter, you have no choice but to stay inside and find something to do inside.
Did you ever get into puzzles? I know like a lot of people got into puzzles.
Nah, I've never been a puzzle person. I got it. That's when I really went into reading. That's when I really started reading, right? Okay. So that's when I started like just going through the books. I would still, honestly, I'm telling people, I know I'm going back to like the whole healthy lifestyle thing. Even in winter, remember, you can still wrap up. You can put on clothes. No, but
that's like too much effort, you know?
Nah, just do it and go for a walk. Even if it's snowing outside, go for a walk around your neighborhood or something.
Did you forget that it's cold?
Like, yeah, you can. The thing is about winter is that you can put on more layers. In the summer, you can't. There's only a certain amount of layers you can take off, but in winter, you can put on as many layers as you want.
I know, but like if I guess you're not going to sweat, right? Because it's freezing outside. Yeah. But still, like if I'm going to work out, I might as well just go to the gym.
Well, I guess maybe that's why, because for me, we didn't have the gym for COVID last year, right? So
you actually you would go on walks.
Yeah, I would still walk. Yeah. I think even I was in the middle of a winter walk when I first like came to you with the thing for the podcast. Or actually, it was more like a little bit after winter was kind of dying out. Like it was like a March time or whatever, right? Yeah. But yeah, just finding a hobby to do. It's just that I don't know. Winter always scares me when it comes up.
If you go into it with that mindset, then you're gonna experience seasonal depression. But if you're kind of more optimistic, like change your mindset to, you know what, I got this. It's okay to have a bad day, but like if you kind of just keep your mindset into a positive one, then I think I honestly think you should be like you got it.
You'll be fine.
Yeah,
we'll see about that this year. I don't know.
We'll
I feel now we have like more stuff. We're on a podcast and
that's true.
You know, I've figured out a lot more things. But earlier in the years, I did not know what to do with winter. I would like go missing for 6 months.
Yeah, I'd be like,
I'll go into hibernation, just
I think we all
work
do.
and go home. Yeah. And it was just winter in general would scare me, but maybe that was just like my past coming back to me with a nightmare. It's reminding me of like the sucky days of winter. But yeah, hopefully this is better this year now that we have more things to actually work on and that we're doing, right?
That and like if you are able to just travel somewhere warm and escape the winter for like a week or two.
Yeah, okay.
Like I was so happy when I went to Australia that one year during winter for a whole month.
That's also a thing. Yeah, traveling. Like as a lot of people who know me know, it's like in the winter I'm gonna be in LA, man.
True.
I might even go twice.
For you.
Yeah, there's literally one year I think I went twice in like 3-4 months or something like that.
Yeah. That one year, and you went in January, and then you went right before then, right?
Yeah. So if I have vacation time, I'm probably using it to go to LA or go like somewhere where it's a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
Better weather, right? We need to get back to skiing, man. Remember when you used to do skiing? So did we ever talk about the story where you almost died when you were skiing?
I think I just looked at the camera like, oh man.
You want to tell that story?
Did you see me going down the mountain? I know Gizman did because she was behind me.
I think I saw the aftermath.
Okay, so Amir, Gizman, Iman. Does Murad ski as well?
He used to, but not anymore.
Okay, so
we were still like the crew who can continue going.
The Haruns out of our family, like the Harun side, they're good. They can ski, okay?
Well, snowboard on my side.
Whatever.
Iman too.
Okay, snowboard / ski. They can do that stuff. There was one year where our friend from Australia, and he had, hi, you get your shout out now.
Oh, yeah, she was there too.
She was, yeah. So we, she was visiting, and so we're like, oh, do you want to go skiing? Like, I don't know if that was her first time seeing snow. Might have been, but.
Really? I guess,
they don't have snow there, right? Yeah. So we decided to take her skiing. I myself am not a skier. I think I went like once or twice with my school, but that was it. When I was like, oh, how hard could it be? It's fine. Like we got did we even have snow pants? I'm pretty sure like we rented snow pants or something.
I can't remember. I don't even know if I wore like regular.
She wore your dad's snow pants.
That's what it was. Yeah.
So we go and it's Nihad's first time. It's my first time. I think Sabri was like good too. Like he knew how to ski. So we did like a couple just little crash
bunny
course,
hill stuff. Yeah,
the bunny hills, and I was still not very good, but I was like, yeah, it's fine. Amir and Gizman are like, okay, there's a family hill. Let's go on that one. I was like, what's a family hill? They're like,
we definitely downplayed it.
Super easy. Like, you got this. It's honestly just straight down. And I was like, okay. And they're like, but you also have to like take the ski lift to go up. So I'm like, why would you go on a ski lift? Like, that means it's really high up. And they're like, no, it's fine. And I was like, okay, okay, fine. So first of all, getting on the friggin' ski lift. If y'all know me in real life, I'm like I barely stand at 5 foot tall, okay? 5 feet tall. So the ski lift, I think I almost like fell getting on it.
Yeah, I feel like it's like a rite of passage as a new skier to just fall off a lift.
So I got on and I was so scared because literally nothing is holding. I think there's like a bar.
There's a bar, yeah. That's holding you?
Barely.
Yeah,
so I'm on this chair, and the only thing I'm thinking about is not taking in the view. It's how am I gonna get off now?
Yeah,
like how am I? Because it doesn't stop, right? It kind of just slows down.
It's always the most awkward thing to get off, even for people who are experienced.
I'm like approaching the top, and I'm trying to like watch other people get off so that I could like mimic their moves.
See, seeing other people doing it gives you confidence.
No, it didn't. It didn't. Because I saw it and I was like, oh my God, they're going to have to stop it. Like, I'm going to be the one that falls off. I'm pretty sure I fell.
Should have had confidence in yourself.
I can't remember if I fell then. But like, I definitely was like wobbling off. Okay. I was like on one foot. So anyways, now all of us have made it to the top. And Amir's like, okay, I'm going to go first. Amir goes down.
Yeah, that's why I was further down when you fell.
Sabri goes down. Everyone's slowly going down, and then it's just me, Gizman, and Nihad. So Gizman's like, I'm gonna be in the back just in case, so you guys go. So it's me and Nihad. I'm like, nah, you go first. I'm good. So she goes down, and I'm like, You got this.
How did the hat do so well?
I don't know.
She had experience.
I don't know. Like
she was messing with you.
I was like, when did you ever snow like ski? Mm-hmm. You've never been like, you know. So she did really well. She made it down the hill. I think. I couldn't see, and so now it's just Gizman and I was literally like my heart was beating out of my chest. I was so scared, but there was no other way down. So I was like, "You think if I just sit on the skis, I can just slide down?" Yeah. She's like, "You guys don't understand. This was like the biggest. It wasn't even a hill; it was a mountain."
Honestly, we have a record like. You know, I'm gonna include Gizman in that, but no, actually, not at all.
It's
you. I have a record of like downplaying things.
Everything.
Like first it was this thing, and then it was the hiking after that.
So now I'm standing up there, and I think Gizman realized that I was like kind of freaking out. So she's like, "No, don't worry, you got this." So I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "Don't, I'm right behind you. You're good." And I was like, "Okay." So she's like, "Just remember like pizza." And I was like, "Okay," because pizza means like you gotta put your toes towards each other so that you're making like a triangle, and that way you're not going super fast. So I'm going, and I'm like, "Okay," and I'm like slowly going down because at first the hill is like it's not that steep. Yeah. So I'm going slow, right? And I was like, I want to go a little bit faster. So you wanted
to go faster after what? Okay.
I was going so slow, and I was like, it's gonna take me forever to get down the hill. Yeah. So I used the sticks to kind of like push myself a bit, and I got some traction.
I think I remember seeing. Didn't you like tuck the sticks under your arms?
So then I wasn't going fast enough, right?
That's what I remember.
I'm crying.
You're actually crying.
So I wanted to go faster. So I don't know why I thought to do this, but I kind of like bent my knees.
You ever watched too many Olympics? You know, Olympics they go down.
I bent my knees.
Oh my god.
And I took the sticks, and instead of because like I was starting to go really fast.
You went into like F1 mode. You're just going super fast.
So I couldn't I couldn't control the speed anymore because at this point like I was going really fast. So I was like, okay, the sticks are gonna fly. So I just tucked them under my arms. And then
that's what I saw.
And then because I was going so fast, I couldn't control the pizza anymore. So I was like trying really hard to keep my feet angled like this. Yeah. So then I was like, all right, let me just commit to this. Like, let me commit to this pose. Yeah. So at this point, I'm zooming down the mountain, and the tears weren't even falling down; they were just flying off. And then I was like,
okay, go.
I was like zooming past people, and I was like, sorry. I'm pretty sure I hit somebody on my way down.
Oh wait, is that what maybe make you fall? I don't remember.
No, so then at this point, like, I tried to
bail.
I tried to do a pizza again, and it wasn't working. Like my skis were just stuck straight. So I'm like, oh my god, what do I do? Because all I see in front of me is like a huge forest. Yeah. So it's either I ski straight into the forest or I have to make myself fall. So I'm like, khalas, I'm just gonna make myself fall. Yeah. So I try to like topple over, and now I'm literally on one foot skiing.
I remember seeing this.
I was like, shit, like what do I do? So I'm like, I have to just throw myself. And I'm like, I'm not even joking. I was probably going like at least 15 kilometers.
Yeah. 15 kilometers? Sounding more like 70. What are you talking about? 15 kilometers is like a brisk walk, or actually like a really fast run, but still.
So I'm like zooming, like, and the trees are right in front of me at this point. So then I just kind of like really just leaned over.
That's when you build.
And I'm not even joking. I literally felt
turned into a snowball. Essentially,
I thought I felt my ribs crack at one point. The way that I was like tumbling down the rest of the mountain, and then
I should have filmed this.
I landed on my back, and I'm pretty sure like I blacked out for a second, right? Because I was just like, "Am I dead?
Am I dead?"
I literally was like, "Is this it? Like, am I dead? Am I alive?" And then all of a sudden, I hear, "Sara!" Like Gizman's like screaming down the mountain, and then she eventually comes to me, and then I see her head like over, and she's like, "Are you okay?" And then the worker comes, and he starts yelling at me. He's like, what were you thinking? Why were you on this mountain? Do you even know how to ski? And I was like,
well, there's a guy screaming at you?
Yeah, because he's like, you were hitting people on your way
shit.
down. Obviously, I couldn't see them. I was going freaking zooming down the mountain. Yeah. So he was like yelling at me. And he's like, can you get up? And I was like, I honestly, I can't feel the rest of my body. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm dead. He's like, you're not dead. You're speaking to me.
Yeah.
But he's like, can you stand up? So I sat up.
I'm alive, but I'm dead.
Literally. So I sat up and I was like, oh my God, my entire like rib cage. Because I'm not joking. Like I felt, I'm pretty sure my body like buckled like this.
You probably did like, what are they calling it? A scorpion where your legs touch your head. It's like your whole body just turns.
I probably did. And so Gizman was like trying to hold in her laughter. She's like, I looked down for like 2 seconds because I saw that you were doing fine. And the next thing I know, I just see this big cloud of like
snow.
So I was like, what the hell happened? So then I'm like, okay. I was like maybe 3/4 down. I still had the rest of it. So I'm like, how am I going to get down?
Yeah.
My ski was like long gone. The guy came and brought it to me. So I literally held my skis in one hand, the pole in the other hand, and I just walked down sideways the rest of the way. And then I sat in the chalet while everybody else was skiing.
Yeah, so you guys should definitely trust me and Gizman whenever we say that something the same.
But yeah, so that was my experience on the bunny hill. So now anytime Amir suggests skiing or snowboarding, I'm just like, I'll meet y'all at the house.
Yeah, whenever I suggest that in the group chat, I ain't getting no replies. No replies at all.
1 or 2 people who are down, but I ain't one of them, so...
I'll convince my high school friends. They don't know yet. They haven't been.
If you guys are listening to this, don't listen to him. Do not go.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so I'll try any other thing except for skiing, unless I actually have like true lessons, because I think it could be fun. Yeah. But it was just I shouldn't have. It was the damn like I just wanted to go faster. Yeah. And I did. I got what I wanted.
If you just kept the pizza going, you would have been fine.
It would have taken me like 20 minutes to get down.
That's how you learn. You get used to it first, and then you do it again.
That mountain was way too big for me. I was a true beginner. Like I didn't even know what I was doing. I freaking tucked the poles under me.
You know what's funny? That's like almost exactly what happened to our dad. And the thing is, I have like a edited iMovie video on YouTube called "Ski Trip and Fall."
Anytime, you guys. Okay, we have to link that video.
We're on video now. I can probably like add it in like the corner here. Please. I literally I put a credits at the end, where it's like directed by Amir. It's like a camera by Amir or something like that.
It's funny because I think you shot it in slow motion or
no. I shot it in normal motion and I edited it like at the end. My laugh.
Yeah,
in slow motion and his falling in slow motion. I need to post that in here or something. Just add it.
The funny, like the amount of times I've seen that video and I laugh every single time.
Every time I search for it, I can't find it. And then I can't remember which page it's on.
It's called Ski Trip and Fall.
Yeah, I need to search for it again. It's still on the internet somewhere.
I know.
I need to find that.
Pretty sure you guys don't remember the login for that account. So it's going to just stay up there.
Exactly. It's there forever. It's fine. Everything's on the internet forever anyways.
Oh, man.
Okay, we're done with winter nightmares. That's your winter nightmare.
PTSD just from reliving that story, but you know.
Okay, here let's do a more awkward story. Okay, so recently we've had some events like weddings and stuff that we've gone to and stuff like that, and so for me, I'm an awkward person. You know, I'm an introvert, even though I'm very good with
You're not that awkward.
extrovert. No, you'll see why. Because okay, I feel everybody goes through this. So. Let's say you go to an event or you're somewhere and you see someone you haven't seen for a long time. Like who has the onus of speaking first? Who's the person that should be going up first? Like
whoever makes eye contact first. So like if you're walking in and somebody sees you, they should be saying hi because you don't see them, right? So they'll be like, "Oh, hey, Amir." But if you see them, you'd be like, "Oh, hey, whoever it is."
I don't know because like for me, I will avoid eye contact. I will wait.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, see, you do the same thing, right?
I just scan the room real quick, but not long enough to make eye contact.
I will change my trajectory of my life to avoid someone that I haven't seen in 20 years.
I'm like that too.
You too, right?
Yeah.
No matter where it is, and it's awkward when you're I still live in the same area I've lived in my whole life.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see people from your not olden days, what do you call it again? From your past, basically, right? Whether from high school or elementary school. Because for me, it's it's not the fact that I'm trying to avoid them, because it is a little bit of me just trying to avoid them because I'm just awkward like that. But also it's because I don't know if they remember who I am. No matter maybe they know me, maybe they don't, maybe when you go up to them and say, hey, what's up, they won't know who you are and they'll be kind of awkward. I just want to avoid any type of awkward situation, so I just won't.
Has it ever happened to you?
What?
Where
someone came up to you and didn't know who you were?
Yeah.
Or wait, which way? Like
did you ever go up to someone and they didn't remember?
No, because I don't go up to people.
Okay, vice versa, where they came up to you and did you remember them?
The thing is, for me, because I'm really bad with names.
Yeah.
So when
I feel like you're bad with faces too, though.
I am bad with faces too sometimes, but like, especially with names, that's the thing that makes me the most awkward. Is the fact that I can't remember names. So half the time, like, I don't approach someone because I don't know their name. Because then you just go up to me like, hey, what's up, kind of thing. And then they know your name. And you're like, now they know my name. This is an uneven conversation, okay? Now they know my name and I don't know their name. So I just try to avoid it altogether unless I know their name. If I know their name, the first thing I'm saying to them is like, yo, what's up, Ricky? Why did I say Ricky?
Ricky? You do not even know Ricky.
I know Ricky.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like from back in like
way back when?
Preschool. I don't know how I remember that. I think it's because I have videos of it. I remember I went to his birthday party once and he had like, I'm going way off topic, but he had like Woody, what do you call it? Woody, what's that Woody dude from? Oh, Woody from Toy Story. Yeah. Oh. My favorite cake to this day. I don't know what it was about those cakes where they used to have like the designs on them and stuff. They always tasted the best to me. Yeah. And I always hated when my parents got the cakes with the nuts on the side. Like, who thought that was a good idea?
No, when they get the worst is those little candy cherries.
Yeah,
I hated those so much.
And like the weird red coloring stuff with the goo, it looked like Jello or whatever.
Yeah.
Nah, man, that old school cake, I am not with it. But the one with the pictures on them.
Yeah, you love.
Remember Gizmon's birthday picture?
I know she's listening to this like. Yeah, 1 year. I mean, I think she was like 2 or 3. And Amir.
Yeah.
I don't know why your parents trusted you, but they trusted him to pick out a cake for her. And he picked out a wrestling cake.
Yeah, I got with like a WWE cake with Hulk Hogan on the front of it. like Hulk Hogan in The Rock or something.
I'm pretty sure she like cried when she saw it. She's like,
you see the pictures when she's looking at the cake. She has the most mean mugged face.
Oh my goodness, I remember that birthday. She was so mad, and we were like, why? Like, why?
I don't know how we even chose that cake of all things, or how they let me choose that cake.
They must have not had any other options, and you're like, let's get this one.
But they had to print it on there. I don't know how that happened, but I don't know. I like the cake, honestly. Those kind of cakes still to this day, like nothing tops those cakes to me outside of McCain cake.
Yeah,
you're about to say that.
Except for McCain cake.
Yeah. Oh no, but yeah, that's all I had right there. It's just an awkward situation when someone comes up to you, or when someone comes up to you, when you see someone and you just don't know if you should come first. Honestly, I always, in my case, I always put the onus on the other person. It's like they don't come up to me. It's like, okay, at least like.
It depends. It depends on the territory. If it's like, if I don't feel comfortable, then I'm just gonna sit there quietly, But if I'm like, I'm okay, like I'm comfortable, then I'll probably say hi. Yeah. Even if I don't remember their name, I'll just be like, hey. So I'm sorry if I've ever done that to you.
Hey, what's up? You just go straight into the conversation. You don't even mention names or anything.
Yeah, but I feel like now, like especially since the start of this podcast, that gives us something to talk about with people, or they'll either bring it up or something like that. So I kind of feel bad because it's like they know more about us than we know. But that's why I'm more inclined to be like, what's up with you? And I get it. Like we've also been in a pandemic, so like honestly, nothing is new. So that's another awkward thing is like every time I meet someone new, or not meet someone new, sorry. Whenever I meet someone who I haven't seen since the beginning of the pandemic, I'm like, yo, so like what you been up to? What you been doing? Like 90% of the time they're like, nothing. Yeah. Literally just COVID. Yeah. That's it. And I kind of feel bad. I'm like, oh.
It's like, okay, so now let me just list off all the new things we've been doing.
But I don't want to be like that person. That's like, I have so much going on in my life.
It's like, I'm a completely changed person since COVID.
Yeah, let's not be those people.
Exactly. So I just like, okay. And then I just talk about like something that, I don't know. Usually at that point, whenever they say they did nothing, I try to dig a little bit more. I'm like, there's got to be something there, right? Yeah. And if I get nothing, I get nothing. And then I start talking about myself. That's it.
He starts talking about the podcast. Like, you should listen to this episode.
I legit, every conversation eventually will lead to me talking about the podcast. and then getting them to listen.
Do they bring it up or do you?
Sometimes they bring it up and sometimes I'll just bring it up.
Do you feel awkward doing like
no
self-promo?
No.
Good for you.
I will tell everyone about it right away.
I'm shy.
Really?
Yeah, like if people bring it up, I'm like, yeah, podcast.
Really? Nah, you gotta be confident about it, man.
I know, it's something that I'm working on. I told you.
We're trying to gain an audience here, okay?
I know, I'm trying.
I forget that I'm video sometimes, so the weird things I do, like I just saw video.
Yeah, they could see you doing that this time.
I'm gonna look back at this and be like, why did I make that face? What am I doing? Okay.
Oh man.
So yeah, that's all I had for today. Do you have anything else that you wanted to close off with?
Actually, so
or
one of our amazing listeners sent us a very detailed list of topics, like suggestions. I'm just gonna pull it up and see if there's something that we can cover today.
Well, they're more like questions.
Yeah, they're like questions.
We should do a Q&A podcast.
Yeah, maybe our next one.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
Ooh, this is an interesting. It's kind of deep. It might be long, but what are things that men fear and don't talk about, and what are things that women fear and don't want to talk about?
Men fear. I feel like we covered a lot of that about a lot of that kind of stuff, like in insecurities that men have, like fear of not being able to provide, fear of not being
good enough.
Yeah, not being good enough. But I feel like a lot of the things that actually no, there are some things that don't cross. Like there are a lot of things that cross, like that people fear, but specific to men, I feel like it's most of the stuff that like are expected of men to do, like being able to provide, being able to like buy a house.
Do men fear like heartbreak? Like getting their feelings hurt?
But that's not really specific to men. That's like for all.
No, because like I feel like it's more spoken about within women.
I think that ties into like
expressing feelings and stuff.
Not only that, is like, are you good enough? Because I feel like if someone were to end a relationship with you, then it kind of reinforces the feeling that, oh, I wasn't good enough. Oh, I'm not a good enough person. I'm not good enough for anyone. Blah blah blah. That kind of stuff. That's so really you might sad. Feel because there are people who put a lot more into a relationship than they should. I mean, like,
what does that mean?
No, I mean, like, essentially what I'm trying to say is like
expand.
They'll put their whole self into it to feel like, so if the relationship doesn't work, they feel like it's because there's something wrong with them. Essentially, like they feel like that they put their whole being into that relationship. So like when it doesn't work out, they feel like, oh, they're not worth anything. They
even
become
if that's
depressed,
not actually the case.
Yeah, even though it's not the case, essentially. Yeah.
Sometimes
now I just realized I do say essentially a lot. Someone made a comment about that.
Yeah, I know. I saw that too.
I said it like 3 times now.
I was like, does he say
now
it?
I'm going to get super self-conscious about that. I'm going to stop saying essentially.
You're going to say it again, watch.
Nah,
but
it's done.
I think
out
that
of my vocabulary.
That happens when you place all of your happiness into one person.
Yeah.
When you do that, when they leave, of course, your happiness leaves with that person then. You know, so of course you're going to be in a place where you're lost.
Yeah.
You don't know how to cope, or maybe you start blaming yourself. But that's not always the case. It's not all. I mean, it depends on the situation
or how it ended and what happened.
Exactly, but it's not always just your fault, and it's not always just the other person's fault. And I think that part of the healing process of a relationship ending is to evaluate, what went wrong and what maybe you could have done better.
Exactly.
Or what you can do better for the next one. And if you focus on all the negatives, it's going to just keep you in this dark place where you're down. But if you focus on the lessons that you've learned, that'll just help you grow as a person. And then, inshallah, for the next experience, if you get one, or the next chance, you can, you come into it rather than coming into it with baggage from the last relationship, you come in with the lessons that you've learned from the last relationships and the last relationship. And I think that that's a much more healthier approach to entering a new relationship, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like if you haven't learned anything from the previous relationship, like maybe you should be taking a break. Like if you're trying to jump into something right away, then that's not really the most healthy thing to do. And I feel like people do that. Like there's some people who like might leave a relationship or end a relationship and they're immediately looking for a new one, maybe to because there's a void now, right? You were so used to having this other person that you were constantly speaking to and interacting with, and like you're spending a lot more time with, and then it's just not there anymore. And I was like, avoid. And like, if you didn't have anything before that,
right?
If you didn't have your own, the things that you did for yourself to make yourself happy or to keep yourself occupied, then you immediately try and fill it up with what did work or what you were doing, which is be in a relationship with another person, right?
Yeah.
But that's not healthy. You should have things outside of relationship that keep you whole and keep you happy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, everyone should be searching for their own happiness, essentially.
100%.
Yeah.
Like you should never
You're
feel
responsible for your own happiness. Sorry, that's what I mean.
Yeah. That's perfectly said, honestly, because you should never feel like when you get into a relationship, you found your other half. Like you are a whole human being.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's a lot of goodness, religiously speaking, that comes out of getting married. Like we're not here like bashing marriage in any way whatsoever. You know, like if you can do it, do it, and if you can't, then may God help you.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like the point is if you want to, I guess, get into a healthy relationship, you can't look for happiness in another person. That's unfair to them. Like that's such an unfair expectation to put on another person, because we're all human beings. Nobody's perfect. No matter how hard you try like to find the most perfect person, you'll never find them. So, you know, I think one of the best things about coming out of a relationship is realizing how much free time you now have to invest into yourself. Like do things that make you happy, learn about yourself. The more you know about yourself, the more you'll know what you're looking for and what you need in a partner.
Exactly.
So that's just my 2 cents.
But don't get comfortable in that space.
Why not?
Huh?
Why not?
Because there are people who get super comfortable in that space and eventually just be like, I only need myself. But then again, you know what? I guess, it depends on the individual. So some people don't have to. Yeah,
marriage isn't for everyone.
Yeah, it's not for everyone. So you know what? Yeah, let's take that back. How do you do the thing that...
it like some people really are just better on their own. Yeah. And some people, if you get into a relationship where someone compliments you, I think that's like the best situation to be in. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I think that's a good way to end the podcast.
Not as like ending on a relationship note. Hint,
I know.
Nudge,
I just
nudge,
realized
you guys.
I was gonna expand on it. I was like, you know what? Let's say that for like a relationship podcast on like single life and all that stuff. But
yeah, we still have part 3. We keep kind of mentioning it here and there. It's coming. It's on its way.
We're working on it, guys. Yeah. Like everything. I said we were working on the video. Look where we are.
We got it. We here. We're happy. Why did I say we're happy?
Hey, we're happy. I'm happy.
We're happy. We are happy. We are. But I'm just saying, like,
now though.
I'm so hungry.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some food after this.
You wanna get poke bowls?
I literally got that yesterday. I'll get it again.
Really?
Yeah. We should end the podcast first before we talk about food.
Food is our motivating factor.
Okay, here I'll end it for you then. Okay, guys. Thank you again for listening to the podcast. Remember, this is also now available on video. Woo!
Subscribe to. I've been waiting so long to say this. Subscribe to our channel.
You know, for you 1-2 viewers that will first start out. I don't know how to do it.
For the 3 people, for our parents and Gizman, because y'all are ride or die.
Yeah.
And about
hopefully
whoever else will watch
critique the video. Let us know what we did right, what we did wrong, so we can make this better over time. We still have some other ideas that we're going to expand on, like for the video specifically, to make it more entertaining. But you can follow us on Instagram at Cousin Connection Pod. Is it podcast? Shoot. Cousin Connection Pod. Sorry. I always get that wrong.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. And you can follow me at Amir Was Taken on Instagram. You can follow Sara at...
Oh, I thought you were going to say
okay, Alisara __. That's ALISARA _ No.
Yeah.
Is it?
Right.
Yeah, __. There we go. Perfect.
And subscribe to our channel on YouTube, Cousin Connection.
Cousin Connection Podcast.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, just search Cousin Connection Podcast on YouTube and you'll find it there.
You'll find us there.
We'll have a banner and everything.
And don't forget, we're on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, and pretty much wherever you listen to podcasts.
Wherever you can listen to podcasts. And thanks so much for stopping by, for watching, if you're watching us, or for listening, if you're listening. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Oh, no.
What?
I forgot to say it this time.
Bye. Oh my God.